before we get to the football, what's it like seeing teammates have kids? You have kids, just sharing in that moment.
Oh, just always excited for him. It's such a blessing. Yeah, always, making sure that my wife and I both tell him that we're here for you if you need anything. And Nick's been through it one time though, so him and Vanessa are pros at it. So, but yeah, just so happy for him and excited to meet the little guy.
What's the advice going from one kid to two? I know you have three, but what's the advice for Nick now?
It's different. It's different. Him and Ray are going to become very close. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's. My wife and I always laugh because people say going from one kid to two kids is a big jump, and it was a big jump. So that it's a big jump. So I would say that, but then I don't know if it's like a wives' tale or whatever. But people told her in the past that going from 2 kids to 3 kids is not that different. Going to 3 kids is tough. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, but yeah, Nick will be much more hands-on, I'd imagine, with Rhea while Vanessa's taking care of Cade. So.
What are you expecting from Edmonton? Obviously, this is literally a do-or-die game for them.
From a defensive standpoint, they've played similarly as the season's gone on. They've added some little wrinkles here and there. I think they're very talented on the back end, and they do a great job, with their front four, getting the push up front and rushing the passer. We're all pros, so I expect a great effort. They have a lot of great effort guys. We can't really be too worried about what they're going to be motivated by. We get to go out there and just execute our game plan. We feel like we have a good plan. If we execute it, we have a good chance.
They don't look like a typical last place team. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Again, they've. I guess I hadn't really thought about that they're in last place, to be quite honest with you. Again, they're the next team on our schedule, but again, watching them on tape, they get a good group, especially on the defensive side of the ball, so it's going to be a challenge.
How do you guys follow the act that you guys had 2 weeks ago?
Staying within ourselves, executing the game plan, believing in the plan, just going out there and playing for each other. It's usually a bunch of simple things, but if you do them at a high level, you can get those results.
You talked about that on Monday, about momentum and whether it can carry through a bye week and everything. What have you seen from the team at practice this week that says, hey, we got the foot down on the gas pedal and we're going to be okay?
It still remains to be seen when you go out there and play, but again, I thought that we had a good week of practice. Guys' confidence levels are high. I think people were excited to get back to playing football. After a week off, to get back on the field together is always exciting. So yeah, it was a good week. I thought the energy was great, but again, all that goes out the window when the first snap goes. So you got to rely on your preparation. Like I said, I thought we had a great week of prep. We still have a few more hours left here to make sure we hone in on that. Be around each other, all those things. But we're excited for the challenge tomorrow.
Is there much from that game 15 weeks ago that's applicable tomorrow?
Yeah, I think there's always things that you can pick up on, whether it's techniques and the different coverages that they play. Maybe a blitz that they ran against us that they haven't run for a while, and why they run it against us. Those kind of things all come into play. Their nickel package, 3-down stuff. Just trying to layer on game after game that information to see if there's any kind of tendency. Again, they kind of have a lot of the same group of guys, and Suarez is now, which is tough, and their backers are different, but the back end is very similar and a lot of the same faces up front. So, I thought we played fairly well the first time, but again, they are a really good front, and they challenge in the back end. So we're gonna have to execute.
Just what are your thoughts on the West right now, and just how these next 3 weeks anything can really happen?
I honestly don't have too many thoughts on it. I'm just worried about tomorrow, if I'm being completely honest with you.